everyone, welcome back to Sugar Plum, and I'm Bindiya, mother of one little boy who's just 3.5 years old, and I have been homeschooling him since COVID started, means when he was just 2.5 years. I started homeschooling him inside the house only, because he has never been to any play school or opted any online classes, but he is all up with the nursery curriculum. And I received so many questions assuming that I have been homeschooling my kid for the entire day, for long stretches. Trust me, it is not true at all. I just try to spend at least a dedicated time of 30 minutes. So first of all, let me tell you that homeschooling is a journey. जहाँ पे हम अपने बच्चों को स्कूल के स्टैंडर्ड्स के साथ रखना चाहते हैं, बट वी कैन नॉट प्लान एवरीथिंग लाइक स्कूल डज. सो सम डेज वी डू द वीकली प्लानिंग, बट वी कुडंट, बिकॉज जो एक हफ्ते में चीज़ सिखाई जा सकती है दैट डजंट मीन कि वो एक हफ्ते में ही कंप्लीट हो. इट माइट एक्सटेंडेड अप टू 3 weeks ऑल्सो. दैट टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन योर किड्स ग्रास्पिंग power and the way you are teaching. So now that I have been homeschooling him since long, I realized that few things which I was doing are wrong, and I have seen many parents doing the same mistakes. So just wanted to share with you all what needs not to be done when we start homeschooling. So without further ado, let's start with the mistakes that you should avoid with your kids in early days. So first mistake I see that many parents are teaching the kids for day long. That means 2 hours in the morning, 2 in the evening, or maybe very long stretches. This is not how it's going to be working for kids. I teach my little one just for 30 minutes. That too, if he's not interested, I try to divide into 2 different segments, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. We should understand that kids need time to digest. We should always teach our kids as per the attention span. Every kid's attention span is different. I will definitely link down the video that I have made on attention span in the description. Please do watch it. It's very helpful. But for you right now, I can tell you that if your kid is 2 years, you should multiply it by 4 minutes. सेकेंड मिस्टेक इज़ वेरी फनी, विच इज़ अगर आपने अपने बच्चों को कुछ सिखाया है तो पूरा दिन उसी चीज़ को आप बच्चों को रटवाते रहते हैं. प्लीज़ डोंट डू दैट, बिकॉज दिस इज़ एक्चुअली अगिंग फॉर किड्स, विच मेक्स योर किड्स वेरी इरिटेबल. लाइक अगर मैंने कोई चीज़ अगर उसे सिखाई है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई आस्क हिम टू रीड फ्यू वर्ड्स इन द मॉर्निंग लाइक RAT रैट, सो जब भी मैं आर देखूंगी पूरे दिन में, आई जस्ट बग हिम कि अभी डू यू रिमेंबर वी लर्न दिस. For kids, it's like study does not end whole day. So once he's done, move further and don't bug your kid. Don't repeat and ask certain things to your kid. Third is very important, which is don't force your kid writing. Your kid's palm muscles are still developing, so if they are not showing any interest in writing, that means they are not ready yet. So if they don't hold a pencil properly, please don't force them to hold it. Kids usually start holding pencil like this with the full hand with 3 fingers like this, and then slowly and gradually they make the grip of holding it properly. But if you force your kid to hold it कि नहीं तुम्हें पकड़ना ही ऐसे है, their hands will, and of course the kid will get tired easily. So I have a video on how to write. We'll link down the same in the description. Next point is very much related to the previous one. If your child is not interested in writing, तो क्या पढ़ाया जाए? Please focus more on oral study. Teach them life skills. Make sure your kids are doing more of DIY fun activities, arts and crafts, and they actually learn more when we are just making them learn practically. Their brain can hold on to things while doing some fun learning activity instead of just making them learn with the worksheets. So please don't force them writing. Next पॉइंट इज़ पेरेंट्स कम टू मी फॉर वर्कशीट्स कि मैम आप अपने बच्चे को वर्कशीट्स कराती हैं, कहाँ से ली है, कैसे कराती हैं. एंड ही वॉज 3 years, देन आई स्टार्टेड विद द वर्कशीट्स आई क्रिएट ऑन माई ओन, and I used it only 1 year after homeschooling, and that's too I just do 1 or 2 worksheets per day, and that too again as per his interest. Means if your child is not interested in writing, you can use a general knowledge, you can use science, you can use mazes, spotting worksheets. which is interesting and very interactive for them. Eventually they will have to go to school, they have to work on the school workbooks, and they have to sit for long. But in homeschooling, I would request parents not to use more of worksheets. Just try and do some of DIY activities. I have a long list of DIY fun activities on YouTube. I will just link down the playlist for that also. Next, very important is don't stick to any one curriculum. When you are homeschooling your kid, nobody's going to care of what curriculum you have used. Just ensure that if you're planning to enroll your kid in the school next year or maybe next to next year, your kid should not be struggling with the school curriculum. So I make my own curriculum for Abir, and if you need, I will link down what curriculum I'm using for Abir, because now he will be using for 3 to 4 years one. So I have a curriculum for 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, and now 3 to 4 years. We'll link down all the curriculum down. Please go ahead and watch those videos because they're really helpful for the kids. So I ensure that Abir should learn the appropriate curriculum, and it should be very simple for him as well as very knowledgeable for him. I don't plan yearly or monthly for him. I just go with the flow, because I have seen that if I plan for the weekly curriculum, there might be some changes in that, because kids might not be interested in learning maths in that week if I have planned it for the math curriculum. So thank you. I just ensure to make it easy for me and Abir. I write down the syllabus on the wall, just keep on adding what I need to teach him. Seventh and lastly, don't force your kid. If your kids are not interested in worksheets, do some fun activity. In my previous videos, I always used to say that homeschooling doesn't mean that you have to copy what school does, that you have to sit for long, you have to do worksheets, you have to just do the rhyming. Please do anything in homeschooling. Ensure that your brain of the kid are working. सो आपको अपने बच्चे की कोई ना कोई एक्टिविटी ज़रूर करानी है जिससे उसकी पूरी बॉडी physical and mental health की development हो, instead of just working on writing. So this was it, guys. If you have any ideas that you're using for homeschooling your kids, please mention it in the comment section, and do not forget to share it with the homeschooling moms and parents, because in these tough times, many parents are just homeschooling, and I don't want that if the mistakes that I have done, these parents also should do it. So please, I would request to all to just share it with the homeschooling parents as much as you can. Thank you very much. See you until my next video. Bye bye.